congrats to South Dakota State. I thought they played really, really well. They're a very good team. They do what good teams they do what really good teams do, and they make you pay for your mistakes. They're very, very sound on both ends of the floor. Defensively, they play connected on both sides of the floor. They're physical. They compete. They play. They communicate well, and then on the offensive end, they're an excellent passing team. They're more athletic than maybe people give them credit for, but they're just basketball players. They really, they have 5 guys on the floor almost at all times that really understand the game. They understand how to pass and move without the ball. They're players without the ball. And like I said, they just make you pay for their mistakes. So congratulations to them. On our end, we got outworked in every way, shape, and form. We get outscored in the paint 34-24, and at the same time, they get 15 threes. We turn it over 16 times. And so, we got to be a lot better if we're going to compete at the level that we've competed at the previous couple of years. And we just got to keep growing and get better day by day. And obviously we play a very good Northern Iowa team tomorrow at 3:00.
Okay. Thanks, Coach. We'll open up for questions. Let's start in the media room upstairs.
We have Zach Borg up here with Dakota News Now. Coach, they maybe surprise you a little bit with their depth. I mean, for a Summit League team, I know they've had good teams in the past, but when they're bringing a guy off 20, that's maybe a little different than what we're used to from teams at that level.
I don't know if I was surprised. I know they're really good. I mean, obviously, I'm very familiar with that program and have a lot of respect. They're very well coached. Tremel Barnes was our director of operations our first year at Utah State. A great person. Coach Hendu is a great guy. Obviously, they do an excellent job. And so we knew it was a matchup that we could possibly play. And watching them on film, and I haven't seen them play a whole lot the last 2 years, but when we were in the same bracket, started watching them a couple weeks ago. And I mean, they're really, really good. I mean, they have, 3 guys, I think that'll be all league players at a minimum. They have great guard play. They're so unselfish. And then obviously the 2 big boys can do some damage down low. So they're a very, very good team. And their depth, I mean, no, it doesn't surprise me. It's just kind of their style of play. They have some veteran guards out there, and they got a chance to be really, really good.
Also got to ask, obviously I'm sure you've kept in touch with your USD guys, but were a few more of them maybe calling and texting you with a little more zest the last 24 hours, wishing you good luck? Just kind of fitting you played this team when you come back to South Dakota?
I mean, there wasn't too many. When we decided to come out here, when we got in the tournament, obviously a ton of people reached out. But the way the game finished, I think yesterday, a lot of people were a little bit quieter on sending the text for today. So, but yeah, it's kind of ironic that we ended up playing South Dakota State.
We're all good up here. We'll next go to Sean.
Yeah, Coach, could you talk a little bit? This is 2 games in a row now. You've faced 3-point shooters that have really just got it going. And you guys, I mean, it seems like you guard them for 20 seconds, but then you get an open shot, towards the end of the shot clock, and they've been knocking them down. What do you got to do to try to stop some of those 3-point shots?
Well, you got to be able to a little bit of everything. I thought last night early on we just didn't have I thought we got out of position number 5 for them last night. We didn't chase out a screen we were supposed to. We were way over helping a couple times, which was just not very intelligent. We just were in the wrong spots. Tonight, I thought it was a little bit of everything. It was transition. We got to know. You're right. Last night in the second half, especially number 10, hits 2 daggers at the buzzer. Tonight, I know early Scheierman, I think is how you say his name, number 3, hit a big one. And, good teams make you pay, and they do a great job. Their 2 big guys can score one-on-one. So you got to decide, are you bringing doubles? Or are you going to play straight up? And then they surround them with a bunch of guys that are very, very confident, and they just step into those shots and they get rhythm shots. And so we got to do a better job of guarding the ball. We got to, they got some of them on baseline drive, baseline drift. They got some on throwing to the post kickouts. They got some of them in transition. They got some of them off of our turnovers. So we got to be tougher on the ball. We got to guard the ball much better. We got to do a better job of having our opponent feel us. I think we're soft, not a little. I think we're soft on the ball right now, and we're giving up threes and we're getting driven. When an opponent shoots 56% and they make 15 threes, you're in trouble no matter who you're playing. And so bottom line is we got to get better, and we got to play the guys that are going to make us better. Bottom line.
We'll take one more question from Jacob.
Hey, Coach, the offense struggled, and I want to say that the front court was rather quiet. Justin Bean and Nemias, those guys are the leaders. They got to get the team going. How do you get them more involved, and how can they help the inexperienced guards get better looks?
Yeah, we just got to be better in our stuff. I think we probably need to be much more structured with these young guys to help them out, give them more of a map, so to speak, to success. I thought we did hit the post a lot more tonight than last night, but to their credit, they did some good jobs in their defensive game plan to take some things away. And then we got to be able to step up and make some plays, when provided the opportunity. So we do got to get our front court going more consistently. Bean got in foul trouble, and I sat him. And obviously, in hindsight, that was a mistake. He's a veteran guy, and I need to trust him to get out there and make those plays. And then Kata, we sat a lot, obviously, late in the game. So we got to get more production out of those guys. I got to find a way to get them the ball more. So they can be more productive. But you're right. We've been a train wreck on the offensive end the last 34 minutes of basketball. And so we got to find a way to get better.
Yep. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
SDSU will be here shortly. Great. All right. Thanks, everybody. We've got SDSU here. In addition to Coach Henderson, we've got Baylor Scheierman and Alex Arians. Coach, why don't you open up with a quick statement?
Well, yeah, obviously very proud of our guys' effort and how we shared the basketball and the pace that we played with. And then even on the defensive end, I thought once we started to get some multiple stops in a row, we were able to go on a nice run there and then kind of the end of the first half and to stretch it out to double digits. And that was something that was really important, to get multiple stops in a row. And if we get stops, we can play with a little better pace. And when we do that, we have a few weapons out there offensively. So just proud of our guys' effort and just thankful for the opportunity to play.
Cool.
First question is from Zach Wood, Dakota News Now.
For Coach first and then one of the players, obviously you lose a tough game last night to the 15th ranked team in the country, quick turnaround. How impressed are you guys with your ability to just kind of flush that away and come back out and obviously put out a pretty good effort tonight?
Well, it's something we talk a lot about, Zach, is just what's in front of us the next day. And whether it's practice or whether it's a game, we just want to go do our best and compete like crazy and try to get a little better. And if we do that, we feel like we can win some basketball games. And so we put it behind us pretty quick, It's second game of the season. There's a lot of games left. And so we certainly don't want to be a finished product yesterday, and we certainly don't want to be a finished product today. We want to continue to grow and continue to get better. And with guys like these guys, we'll do that.
Yeah, same question for the players. How you were able to kind of shake them up last night and come back.
Yeah, I think, first off, we're going to have to continue to do this throughout the season. I think there's only like 1, 2, maybe 3 games where it's not back-to-back like this. So, I think just getting our minds right, dropping the loss, like Hendo said, and just attacking and moving on to each and every day and constantly getting better. is going to help us, and it's only going to help us grow throughout the season.
Baylor, is that headband never coming off?
Yeah, it'll come off tonight to go in the washer.
That's probably good. I think I asked it last night, but the depth on this team, I mean, the starting five, obviously, you guys have a lot of pieces on the bench, too. How much of an emphasis is that on this team that, anybody can kind of come up and have a night like yours, the way you guys run?
Yeah, that's exactly it. We have a lot of weapons, and the way we share the ball, like Kendo talks about all the time, I was just in the right places at the right time tonight to get the open shots. Tomorrow it could be someone else, and the next day it could be someone else. And that's what's nice about having as many weapons as we do is there's a lot of people that can get hot.
Coach, I know obviously you've had a lot of battles with Craig Smith on one sideline and another. What was it like kind of going up against him? I'm sure obviously pretty happy to be 2-0 against him in Sioux Falls now.
Well, I have a lot of respect for Craig. I really appreciate the way he goes about his business and how his teams play, and whether that was when he was at USD or Utah State, and a couple years ago when I got this job, Craig was somebody I called because, somebody on his staff, Tremel Barnes, was somebody I was looking to hire. So talking to Craig about Tremel and Tremel about Craig, I've even gained more respect for him. And Tremel does a great job for us, and it's not surprising because who he's worked for in the past, Brad Bigler and Craig Smith. And so I have a lot of respect for how Craig goes about coaching his team and how they continue to get better throughout the year too.
On the last thing I was going to ask, you mentioned last night some pretty young teams, which I think we kind of forget because they all basically played last year. I know it's early, but it's kind of exciting to see the growth level from last year. To see it, I imagine it's going to really on display after a night like this. Like I said, you had that turnover.
Well, they deserve it. I mean, they worked their tails off this summer. I give our guys a lot of credit. It was a unique summer that there was a lot of curveballs thrown at them that we weren't knowing what the next day was going to look like if we were going to be able to use our gym or not. And their attitude and their approach was so awesome. And they didn't get caught up into anything, and they just, every time they were able to get in the gym, they worked on their game, and I think you can see it. And when we're able to start getting together and working on what we're going to do offensively and how we need to get better defensively, they're all eyes on deck, and they're humble enough that they're going to listen and play together on both ends of the floor.